Arcadian Vanguard presents the Wrestling News in your daily wrestling newscast for Sunday, August 13th, 2023. Good morning, I'm Mike Sempervive. We begin today with last night's AEW Collision broadcast live on TNT from the Greensboro Coliseum. In the main event, World Trios champions Malachi Black, Buddy Matthews, and Brody King of the House of Black successfully defended their title against CM Punk and AEW World Tag Team Champions FTR when King pinned Dax Harwood. During the finish, Ring of Honor World TV Champion Samoa Joe appeared at ringside and choked Punk out on the floor.
Wait a minute, trapped him now. Wait a minute, Samoa Joe! Samoa Joe is choking out Punk!
Samoa Joe said he wasn't going to ask anymore.
Julia Hart up on the apron. Brody King with the lariat. Hooks the leg. Two. House of Black retains. Sounds like somebody got run over by a truck. Named Brody the Brody Model.
Earlier in the show, Samoa Joe issued a challenge to CM Punk for a match at All In on August 27th. Luchasaurus retained his TNT championship against Brock Anderson. Darby Allin attacked Luchasaurus after the match and challenged Christian Cage to a match at next week's Collision. It was also confirmed that Luchasaurus would be defending his title against Darby Allin at All Out on September 3rd.
And Christian, I'm getting really sick of you talking. Don't you want to be a fighting champion? Next week, Darby Allin, Christian, on Collision. What do you say? What do you say?
You're on, you son of a bitch! You're on!
And when I get done strangling your ass with your turtleneck at All Out, Luchasaurus, I'm gonna put some respect back on that championship's name when I become the new face of TNT!
In other results, the Acclaimed defeated the Iron Savages, and the team of Diamante and Mercedes Martinez beat Chris Statlander and Willow Nightingale. Lucha Libre AAA presented the third and final leg of TripleMania 31 live last night on pay-per-view from the Mexico City Arena in Mexico City. In the Lucha de Apuestas main event match, where either the competitor's mask or hair would be on the line, Psycho Clown pinned Sam Adonis in a four-way, which also included Roosh and L.A. Park, to win the match and take Adonis's hair. In the semi-main event, Hijo del Vikingo pinned Jack Cartwheel to win a four-way match that also featured Speedball Mike Bailey and Daga to retain the AAA Mega Championship. QT Marshall pinned Penta El Zero Miedo, working as Pentagon Jr. to win a four-way match and lay claim to the vacant AAA Latin American Championship. The bout also included Dralistico and Brian Cage. The title has been vacant since July, when Phoenix vacated to concentrate on his commitments with AEW. The other title change on the show saw Flammer defeat Taya Valkyrie to become the AAA Reina de Reinas champion. In other results, Negro Casas defeated Nicho El Millonaro. Laredo Kid outlasted 11 other wrestlers to win the Bardal TripleMania 31 match, and the opener saw La Hydra, Maravilla, and Chick Tormenta defeat Dallas, Lady Shani, and Sexy Star 2. In news from Japan, New Japan Pro Wrestling's 33rd annual G1 Climax tournament came to an end today inside Tokyo's Sumo Hall. Tetsuya Naito defeated Kazuchika Okada, pinning him after delivering 3 Destinos. This is the third time Naito has won the tournament. He also did so in 2013 and 2017. With the victory, Naito now holds the right to face whoever the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion is at Wrestle Kingdom 18 on January 4th at the Tokyo Dome. Will Ospreay has retired his IWGP United States Championship belt and replaced it with an IWGP United Kingdom Championship, including a new belt that he revealed during a press conference following his loss to Tetsuya Naito in the G1 Climax semifinals yesterday.
I have beaten Kenny Omega, I have beaten Okada, I have beaten them all. So if anyone in the world thinks they are better than me, championship on the line, you beat Will Ospreay and you take this from me, you're the best in the world. Take that piece of crap back to the office. I don't want that.
Ospreay recently regained the championship from Kenny Omega coming last June at Forbidden Door. In other news, the deciding bout of Tokyo Joshi Pro's 10th annual Princess Cup tournament took place today inside Korakuen Hall and saw Miyu Yamashita defeat Yuki Kamifuku to claim the first Princess Cup victory of her 10.5-year career. To earn their path into today's final on Saturday, Yamashita pinned Rika Tatsumi while Kamifuku defeated Yuki Arai. Taking a look at Europe, WXW held their Royal Rumble-style event Shortcut to the Top on Saturday in Oberhausen, Germany. The main event saw Maggot outlast 29 other wrestlers to win the Shortcut to the Top match. 4 title matches also took place during the show. Robert Dreisker made his first defense of the WXW Unified World Wrestling title, defeating Anil Merrick in 6 minutes and 24 seconds. Only Friends Bobby Guns and Michael Knight held on to the WXW World Tag Team titles by defeating the Velo Cities team of Jude London and Paris Da Silva. WXW World Women's Champion Del Miexo retained over Calypso, and during the pre-show, Lawrence Roman kept hold of the WXW Shotgun title by turning back the challenge of the rotation. Also on the card, Michael Oku knocked off Icarus, and Peter Tahani defeated Axel Tischer to take a 2-1 lead in their best-of-5 series. And we close with some ratings news. Overnight numbers are in for last Friday night's SmackDown on Fox, showing a total audience of 2.65 million according to Programming Insider. The preliminary rating in the key 18 to 49-year-old demographic was a 0.60. The overall number would be an increase of nearly 20% from last week's overnight viewership number of 2.151 million. Although it should be noted, Friday night marked the first evening of local television coverage of the National Football League in many major markets, which has historically caused fast national overnight ratings to vary wildly from their final tallies. The full ratings figures for SmackDown are expected later this week. And before we leave you today, we'd like to remind you that however you consume your content, you can find the wrestling news 24 hours a day and 7 days a week across social media. On Twitter, follow us at Wrestling News AV. Our Facebook page is also Wrestling News AV. The Wrestling News can also be found on the Arcadian Vanguard YouTube page. And for those who utilize Amazon Echo devices, just tell Alexa to play the Wrestling News podcast. And remember to make sure you add podcast at the end. Once again, for daily updates, breaking news, and more, follow the Wrestling News across social media. And that's the news for today. If anything happens, we will be here to tell you about it. No clickbait, no paywall, just the wrestling news. The Wrestling News is a division of Arcadian Vanguard, and the Wrestling Newscast is a production of the Arcadian Vanguard Podcast Network.